Morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like my videos, please press the like button. Please do subscribe. It is Sunday morning. It is hot. The sun is out. Hello, guys. So yeah, Sunday morning. What a nice, brilliant, sunshiny day. Another warm day. I'm here in my flat. I've been up for a while now. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning, and happy International Day of Friendship, started by the United Nations to promote the idea that friendship between peoples, countries, cultures and individuals can inspire peace efforts and build bridges between communities. To celebrate, just say, let's be friends.
Alexa, let's be friends.
We get along pretty well, it's easy to tell that we're mates. Woohoo! We're also known as friends. Glad that we're friends.
Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 8:49 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Sunday the 30th of July.
Alexa, what is the weather like?
Right now in Rochester, it's 17 degrees Celsius with partly sunny skies. Today's forecast has showers, with a high of 21 degrees and a low of 16 degrees.
And Alexa, can you tell me a joke? Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
What does a skeleton order at a restaurant? Spare ribs.
Right, guys, so not much is happening. It's Sunday morning. It's a nice relaxing sunny day, hopefully, with not a lot going on. So yeah, last night I took Max out for a walk. I went round the back of the flats. There was a blonde woman going into a flat and a dog was barking. So you had a blonde woman with a bob haircut going into a flat and a dog was barking. A dachshund was barking. My next door neighbour's got a dachshund. They are very noisy dogs. I've experienced that myself. They squeal a lot, make a lot of squealing noises. So I carried on walking up to the top of the field and I let people come off because my dog yaps and barks. But it's very odd because he barks and yaps at some people and then other people he's just all over, so I don't know what that's all about. So what I usually do is let people come off the field so we don't get any really screechy yappy noises. And then I walk on and I walk around the field with Max. There was a lady walking around the field. There was couples walking that way, so there was people on the field. I hadn't spotted Charlie since I spoke to him a few days ago, and my son was arranging to come down to see me, and my son spoke to me over the phone and I haven't seen Charlie since. You know, the guy that comes up to me and says that he wants to be my friend, etc, etc. I haven't seen him for a few days now. So I just walked around the field. I heard an ice cream van, their ringtone in the distance of an ice cream van. I walked home slowly, no hurry. I live by myself. I came home into my flat. Really, really hot in here it was last night. I had 3 cool air fans on and I still was boiling hot. Alexa, what is the humidity?
At the moment, The humidity is 72%.
It's 3/4 nearly. I came indoors, made myself a cup of coffee. I felt overheated and a bit dizzy. I put on YouTube and I looked for 3 films, and there was a film about a husband that beat his wife, and then when she left him, he kidnapped her, and then obviously, and he shot, he was jealous, so she was walking with a male friend, and he shot her friend. He shot the bloke because she kissed him. He shot him. He was a real psychotic nut, this guy was. He had women all over the place as well, and he was doing the same thing to all of them. Basically, the police called him and he went to prison. Some stalker in America, it was based on a true story. He changed his name, he'd gone over to a different place and changed his name completely, but it was the same guy doing the same thing, and the police did catch him in the end. It was on drugs, and he just hit this poor woman for no reason. Shot her male friend. As high as a kite on drugs. That's what drugs do to you. They make you paranoid. Anyway, this was in America, and they had to get like a restraining order like they do over here to stop him from coming around to the place, but it still didn't stop him. He just got a gun. Then I watched another film about a young lad who had a mental disorder. And he was dangerous, wasn't being treated properly. He was threatening to kill members of the family, and this woman had to save her other child, and he because he was getting scissors and trying to stab his sister with the scissors, so he got accidentally killed because she was trying to save the other kid, and I think he got run over by a car or something. So that was quite disturbing. I just sat down, I watched films, I had a couple of snacks, and that was it last night. My son, one of my sons is in Scotland at the moment. He sent me pictures last night of Scotland, and Scotland looks a lovely place, to be honest. It really does. He's up there in Scotland at the moment. A nice place. I got sent a few pictures of Scotland. I've never been there myself. I've been to Ireland, and I've been to Wales, I've been to the Welsh castle, and I've been to Ireland, but I've never ever been to Scotland. Maybe it would be nice to go up there one day to see what Scotland is like. I've met people from Scotland, but I've never been up there. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
It seems to me right around the world, you've got this global race on for the jobs of the future in this green transition.
Yeah.
This government isn't even at the starting blocks.
But is former Chancellor, ex-Chancellor Hammond correct in saying that no government is being honest enough about the cost of all this? He mentions the number of £1 trillion. Is that right?
Well, amp up to £28 billion a year of investment. We are saying we're ramping up to it because you have to have economic stability as the bedrock of everything that you do, and we've seen what happened.
And you realise that you'd overpromised financially before?
No, it was...
Well, no, you said 28 billion a year, and then Ed Miliband had to be put back in his box, didn't he, on that one? Let's be honest.
No, it was announced in 2021. What we certainly didn't foresee was the Conservatives crashing of the economy in 2021.
No. You changed your plan on the 28 billion. It's okay to say that. That's what happened.
No, Well, of course, look, I'm not saying that we didn't adjust the plan, but the reason we adjusted it is because we'd announced it before the Conservatives.
Oh, I see. So it was their fault.
Well, we have to recognise the scale of the economic inheritance, Andrew, and be honest with the British public that there are going to be certain things, of course, we'd like to do that we can't afford to do. We're being honest and upfront about that because we've seen what happens when economic stability is put at risk and people are paying that price in their mortgages up and down the country with the Tory mortgage premium at the moment. So it's economic stability and ramping up to the investment.
Are living standards going to have to decline for us to be carbon neutral by 2050 with everything that entails? Are we going to just have to accept over the decades to come that our living standards are going to decline? We're not going to be living as well. We're not going to be as well off because of this.
No, I don't accept that at all. And again, Andrew, I go back to the visit I made to the United States in recent weeks, because there you see that it is jobs that are at the forefront of this transition. Jobs being created across the United States with a government that's working in active partnership with businesses and the trade unions. So this can be where the jobs of the future are. That's what's happening around the world. And I just wish this government had any sort of plan to get close to it.
Where were you? Were you off the south coast of Texas or something?
No, I actually went, first of all, to Washington, D.C. I then went into Maryland, and the place that the steelworks that I mentioned a moment or two ago is actually in Baltimore, so it's on the Atlantic coast where actually those wind turbines I was referring to are going to be erected. And it really was an eye-opener in terms of what government, and indeed a state governor, and their Democrat governor Wes Moore, is achieving.
Let me ask you, seeing as it seems to be the big subject of the summer. You're in recess now, still working clearly, but you're having a break from Parliament. Net zero, carbon neutrality, the new economy associated with this is the big chat that we're having, and I refer back to clean air, ULEZ, people's attitude towards it. I've asked you about living standards. I've asked you about oil and gas licenses. What are you going to do about Sadiq Khan, the London mayor, and this ULEZ? Because it might cost you a few seats. Is it possible it could cost you the election?
Well, look, I think the election is obviously going to be all around the country. We've had a by-election in Uxbridge, and I visited Uxbridge, I think it was 4 times, Andrew, and it's correct to say that ULEZ came up. There's a discussion at the moment that is going on, obviously, between Keir Starmer and Sadiq Khan. It wouldn't be right for me to cut across it, but I know that Sadiq has already taken measures like extending...
Nobody's buying any of that. Do you believe in ULEZ yourself, Mick?
I certainly believe in achieving clean air. I think it's hugely important. I also...
Do you believe in ULEZ? Not the general and overall aim or goal. Do you believe in ULEZ as it is now?
Well, I certainly believe it has to adjust. That's what the London mayor has been doing. He's already extended the scrappage scheme.
Nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying that. Nobody's buying it.
Andrew, I'm not going to cut across the discussion that's happening between Keir Starmer and Sadiq Khan. It wouldn't be right for me to do that. But I also passionately believe, let me make this clear, in devolution. I think that this is an issue, whether it's for devolved administrations or indeed where appropriate for local authorities, whether you're talking about clean air zones, whether you're talking about ULEZ specifically, whether you're talking about low traffic neighbourhoods, these are decisions, in my view, that should quite rightly be made by local communities.
Okay, well, how about if they're consulted and then ignored?
Well, there'll always be accountability for that in the ballot box, always. But my point is this: you have to try to bring people with you on this journey. That's why I think devolution is so important, because you make the decision as close as possible to the communities they affect. And of course you have communities, we are having this debate talking specifically about ULEZ, we also have communities, frankly, that want less traffic in their neighbourhoods, and they want to have a well-designed low-traffic neighbourhood that can work extremely well for people, and that's quite right, because it is about listening to communities.
All right, Nick Thomas-Symonds, thanks ever so much. I think I might have said Simons earlier on. It's a mistake a lot of people make. So Nick Thomas-Symonds, Shadow International Trade.